Today's video is on multiplying fractions. To multiply fractions or mixed numbers, you simplify the problem, then multiply the numerators and then the denominators. So, in example 1, we are going to make sure that the problem is simplified. 1/2 and 1/3 are both in simplest form. So, I go ahead and I multiply straight across, and I get 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. So, my answer is 1/6. Over here, this is not simplified the way I need it. I need them to both be a fraction. So instead of a 2, I'm going to think of it as a 2/1 because that makes it into a fraction. So now we can multiply times 3/4 and we get 6/4, which would be 1 and 2/4. Why? Well, because 6 divided by 4 is 1 full time with 2/4 left over. Now, that's not simplified. We still need to take 2/4, and both of them are divisible by 2. So we factor out a 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 4 is 2. Down here, 2 times 3 is 6, and 7 times 8 is 56. Now, we need to simplify by dividing by 2, and we get 3/28. Now, here's a hint of how you could do this a little bit quicker. It's true that this fraction and this fraction are both simplified, but I can look at anything in the numerator with anything in the denominator, the 7 or the 8. And if I simplify, 2 goes into itself once and goes into 8 4 times. 3 didn't go with the 8, but I already used that, so 3 doesn't go with 4 anymore, nor does it go with 7, so I'm done. 1 times 3 is 3, and 4 times 7 is 28. See how that's the same thing? Up here, we could have simplified the 2 to a 1 and the 4 to a 2, and gotten 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2, and simplified that to 1 1/2. Okay, you try these, and I'll be back in just a second to show you what I did. Okay, grab a red pen. You should be multiplying straight across, so you get 3/10, because nothing can be simplified. That's your answer. If you look over here, 2/3 and 4/1 are simplified. The 3 with the 4 doesn't work, and neither does the 2 with the 1. So we get 8/3. This is an improper fraction, so we have to divide 8 by 3, and 3 goes into 8 2 times with 2 leftovers. So 2 and 2/3. Okay, the next one, nothing can simplify here, nothing can simplify here. The 1 and the 7, no, but the 3's simplify. So I'm left with 1 on top, and 1 times 7 is 7, so 1/7. If you didn't do it like that and you multiplied straight across, then you would get 3/21, and you would have to still simplify. Okay. Will you please make this section called estimate products? Okay, make sure you put estimate examples. So here we go. If I had half of 17, that's not easy to do, right? But half of 16 is a little bit easier. So if I were estimating a half of 17, I would know it was a little more than a half of 16 or a little bit more than 8. If I wanted 3/4 of 35, well, 4 and 35 don't share anything in common, but 4 and 36 do. So 4 goes into 36 9 times, so I know that it's a little bit less than 27. Okay, go ahead and try these two, and I'll show you what I did in just a second. Remember, you're estimating. Okay. If you didn't get it, then watch me. And if you did, grade it with a red pen. If we're looking at these, we want to come up with something that is similar. So 3/5, we could think of that as being like a half, and 6/7, we could think of that as being like a whole. So your answer should be about 1/2. Here, we would just make it a 9 and leave the 1/3 because 9 times 1/3 gives us 3. Why does it give us 3? Remember, because 9 and 3 cancel out to be left with 3 times 1 is 3 over 1, which equals 3. If you need a little bit more, take a look at these examples. Okay, 1/5 times, instead of 26, let's use 25, we know is 5. 6/11, well, 11 doesn't go into 32, but it goes into 33. So we can simplify and get 6 times 3 is 18. Here we can think of the 5/6 as being like a 1 and the 2/7 as being like a half. So 1 times a half is a half. This is almost 8 and this is almost 9. So 8 times 9 is about 72. All right, let's look at mixed numbers. Okay, go ahead and write mixed numbers in your notebook or on your sheet and copy this problem down for me. So pause the video and copy it. The first step of a mixed number is to bring down the regular fractions, if you have any. The second step is to break the 4 into pieces. So I have 4 and 2/5. I want to break these 4 wholes into fifths. So if I break them into fifths, I have 5, 10, 15, 20, or 4 times 5. So I have 20 fifths. Now to that 20 fifths, I'm going to add my 2 fifths. So I really have 22 fifths. We're changing this mixed number into an improper fraction. Now I can multiply. 1 times 22 is 22, 2 times 5 is 10, simplify to 11 over 5, simplify that, 5 goes into 11 2 times with 1/5 left over. Or you can do it the way that I think is easiest and simplify within the problem, get 11/5 right away, and then simplify. Let's look at more like that one. Go ahead and try these, and I'll be back in just a second to show you what I did. Remember, you can use the C method, 8 times 9 plus the 4, because you're taking these 8 wholes and you're essentially making them into 9 pieces each. Okay, try it and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so here's what I did. I brought down my 1/4. 8 times 9 is 72. So I have 72 ninths. Then I add my 4 ninths. So I get 76 ninths. Now I can multiply. I'm not doing this 1 times 76 and all that jazz. So instead, I'm going to divide the 4 and the 76 by 4 to get 19. These are just ones, so 1 times 19 is 19, 1 times 9. Now I can simplify. 9 goes into 19 twice because 2 times 9 is 18, and it's got 1/9 remaining. Over here, I have 5 groups of 3, okay, and these are thirds, so I have 15 thirds. Add my 1/3, and I have 16 thirds. So 16 thirds times 3 over 1. I'm going to simplify within the problem. 3 and goes into itself once, so I get 16 over 1, or just 16. Okay, what if they're both mixed numbers? Well, you still do the C method. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4, so I have 4 thirds. Because I had 1 whole and 1 extra third, I have 4 thirds. Over here, I have 1 whole, so 1 times 5 plus 2 is 7, so 7 fifths. Now multiply. 4 times 7 is 28, and 3 times 5 is 15. 15 goes into 28 one full time with 13/15 left over. Over here, 1 times 5 is 5, plus 3 is 8, so 8/5. 3 times 3 plus 2 is 9, plus 2 is 11, so 11/3. Can I simplify? Nope. 8 doesn't go with 5 or with 3, and 11 doesn't go with 3 or 5 because those are all prime. So 8 times 11 is 88 divided by 15. 15 goes into 88 5 times, which is 75. So I've got 13 left over, so 5 and 13/15, and that can't be simplified. You try this one, and I'll be back in just a second to show you what I did. Okay, so you should have a red pen. Check your work. Here's what I did. This would be like 3 times 3 is 9, so 9/3 and 1/3 made 10/3. So 2 times 4 is 8/4. Add your 1/4, that's 9/4. I can simplify the 9 and the 3 to 3 and 1, and I can simplify the 10 with the 4. 2 goes into 10 5 times, it goes into 4 twice. 5 times 3 is 15, 2 times 1 is 2, and 15 divided by 2 is 7, and I have 1/2 left over. And that's all I have. See you next time.